Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Natasha Gisela and I help you to be comfortably healthy in the mind, the body, and the spirit. And today's video, we are filming outside today because it is so hot. I need the natural medication, natural AC. And I wanted to create this video because there needs to be a natural understanding. I'm gonna take this off because I want my hair to be voluminous, um, and prevent fallout. I think there needs to be a natural understanding of for young women today who are entering pageants and know where to invest their money because pageantry is so expensive. Um, and I'll tell you how much I've invested in each pageant and what I've placed my money in. And I will go ahead and be so honest of what my expectations are in pageants and what I entered pageantry in. It was to advance my, to land a better agent, right? Better acting opportunities, because I noticed I was just getting the same commercials and I wanted to stimulate my brain, right? I've noticed a lot of people who get older, they get into I like, for example, a psychosis, and that's why you see people who are professionals, like doctors and lawyers, like they're very quick with it, is because each and every single day it's a new day for them. Like they don't know what there are let me say, it's like dating. Like, you don't know who you are dating. Like, for example, I'm asking to see the same judge because I want to see him because he's still cute, but there's a new judge, and he's single and he's cute, like, it's kind of like that. You're single, stop looking at the past, there's another judge, like, who's interested in you, like, you know so think about it like that. And I want you to kind of get that mindset of that when I speak about it in pageants, because that is how I was looking at it, pageants. Like, hey, I'm looking at this to get a better agent. Not only to win, yeah, I want to win because I want the exposure, and I was really upset when I didn't win Miss Global USA or Miss Global Puerto Rico or whatever. But I did it with the intention to always get better. And I also did Miss Florida USA. I keep on forgetting that, but whatever. Like, you can't keep on looking in the past, is what I'm trying to say. So understand your attention and understand which one's the best for your career, right? And understand your timeline, because Miss World has a timeline of your age, right? And each system has um what's it called, like, age limits. Like Miss Charm is 35, Grand is 35, complete ages. Miss Universe is like, they don't have age limit, so, but they're not going to crown anyone over the age of 38 or 41. And specifically a woman without kids. And so say you can be 44 without kids and they'll probably crown you, because there's more women nowadays who are not having children, so it's relevant. But they're not going to crown someone who is trans, because it's too controversial, especially right now, and especially how there's trans women identifying women as cis women. You get what I'm trying to say? And especially with this political climate. So I really need you to understand what's social and political right now in this world, right? And in this economy. What can you afford? At the time, I didn't know that. I kind of had a suspicion that girls were spending this much money. But I was like, girl, don't spend so much money. Even the rich girls, like, girl, don't spend this much money on a pageant when you know you're not going to win. You know who the clear winner is. And that's kind of the mindset that I want you to get in. You need to invest in coaching. For example, if I know I'm going to spend 10 more years in Puerto Rico, why don't I spend 10 more years in investing in my education? I should know how to write a brief in Spanish in 10 years. Come on now. That's like expected. Like, you're spending 10 years in a country. Like my friend who lives in Austria, he knows how to speak fluent German. It's not Germany from like German from Germany, but it's like Viennese German. You get what I'm saying? So let's, like, get that under, like, through your time, your mental bracket. So If you're going to spend time in pageantry, what are you gaining? A lot of girls are not gaining anything. Okay, so a lot of there, you have to understand there's two tracks to this. Just like how you're learning a language, there's the glam and glitz pageants. Hi guys. There are the elegance pageants. You need to get your glam and glitz, or I should say your kafra, out of you. Your kafra is the nails, right? Nails on like painted nails. You got to get that out of it. The Miss Universe, look at her nails. She'll probably have a nail design here and there, a little light, right? It's light, but it's not like Evie Queen, okay? It's not Evie Queen nails, babe. Like, I had Evie Queen nails when I did Miss Global Puerto Rico, and I love them. I love my Evie Queen nails. But that's for Miss Grand. That is for Miss Charm, right? That is for Miss Globe, right? That is possibly for Miss Earth, Miss Super. I even say Miss Earth. Like, when I saw the Miss Earth girls doing like this, I was like, girl, they're heading down to cafeteria, right? It's not it's getting too glitz for me, right? And the reason why I'm saying all this is because if you want a career in film and television, oh, thank you, honey. If you want a career in film and television, you need to start thinking and looking at the nails. Look at Celine Dion's nails. Look at her nails. I'm like, so I have TMJ. Her nails are always polygel, and they're painted, right? I'm not saying you can't wear the designs, but I am saying that you're gonna have to figure out your game plan for the nails, okay? Because it's Miss Universe, and you're gonna have to plan your nail design around that. So, or plan your nail design to be Miss Universe friendly. And same with Miss World. So you have two tracks. So this is, guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you so much for liking the videos. And share your videos with 5 friends to make it a pageant tribe, so you guys can follow my pageant journey and help me get to Miss Planet also. So you have the Grand, right? Then you have Miss World and Miss Universe. If you get to Miss Grand and you win Miss Grand International, and this is no shade to Nawat. I think Nawat is a genius when it comes to production, and even though I wasn't a really big fan of his production level at Miss Universe, I think it could have been a lot more grand style, don't get me wrong. You're not going to really get famous in your country for winning Miss Grand International, okay? And I don't see a Miss Grand International being so famous in their country after winning. And I largely want to blame Nawat for this. He he has to really invest in the girls, and this doesn't apply to any of the Asian countries. Once you win Miss Grand International and you're Asian, you're gonna be set for life, right? But Miss I don't know if a Miss Puerto Rico can win Miss Grand International, she's gonna be set for life. I haven't had that opportunity. That seems like so much fun to be Miss Grand International. That'd be really fun. Mainly because I agree with no trans and no obesity and all that stuff. Those are the 2 things that I really am passionate about because of my personal beliefs, but I concur. Miss Grand is pageant focused. If you win Miss Grand International, you're not going to be famous in film and television, right? I know Deshauna Barber, Miss USA, said she was like, oh, after I came back from Miss Universe, I wasn't as famous as I thought. I'm like, yeah, girl, because you didn't have, with Deshauna, when she was Miss USA, her brand was all U.S. military, U.S. military, U.S. military. And I feel as though she became so aggressive that it was very hard to work with her. Thus, she didn't get that brand exposure and she didn't get that famous vibe. Does that make sense? But she was still famous in pageant land. And I feel as though she would speak a lot about her anger towards a lot of her experiences within the pageant community. And within the pageant community she had. And granted, she had a lot of racism too. But I wish she took her focus off of that and what she could have gained. Because she could have easily worked with BET. But she didn't. So that's also on her. And you have to understand, if you're Miss USA, for Miss Universe, hey guys, um, it's largely on you to market yourself and to generate those ideas. Not any, I don't know about with Tom. Tom is salvaging Miss USA. He's working really hard, and he's really brilliant. So be very mindful of that. Like, be very mindful with where you want to go with your brand and your brand messaging. And like, for example, for Miss USA, you guys already heard, like, it was for me to get better acting agents, right? And more acting, like, diversity. Like, God, I would love to like, you know, but I had to prepare for that. Does that make sense? So you have to really think, but the journey. And the one thing that I had to get rid of was my chonganes. I love those nails. Like I said that before. Hey guys, drop down your questions below. I actually have the chat open. So how to prepare for Miss Universe and Miss World. So I'm gonna say this very clearly. There's nothing that trumps Miss Universe or Miss World. If you're Miss World, you do Miss Universe, and if you're Miss Universe, you can't do Miss World. I think that's in the contract, but you have to understand Miss Universe is for film and television. Miss World is for NGOs, embassies, like you know, diplomacy, the United Nations, like things of that nature. Like when I first started, I wanted to be Miss World, but I got fat and I couldn't do it, and I'm unfortunately aged out, but I would still love to do Miss World. Thanks guys. And Miss World, like I got scouted for Miss World, and I was like, no, unfortunately I'm over the age. And I would still love to do Miss World, but their age limit is 27, I think. So in order to prepare for Miss World, I highly recommend that you guys do Miss Planet. That's elegance and a little bit of glitz. It's planet and glamour and a little bit of glitz. Miss International. That will prepare for Miss World, and also Miss Universe will prepare you for Miss World. So if you want to do Miss World, those are the only pageants that are going to prepare you for Miss World. Those are the only pageants. But if you want to get your chonga-ness out, these are the pageants that are going to help you get out, okay? Of your chonga-ness. Globe. Miss Globe, okay? It's an Albanian pageant. Miss Charm. Miss Global. Miss Earth. Miss Supra. And I would say Miss Earth, Miss Globe are the bottom of the barrel pageants. Those are like the teenager pageants, right? Miss Earth used to be like a very top tier pageant, like a very it used to be called Miss Tierra. Even the older ladies know about it, like in Puerto Rico when I was talking to them, but not anymore. It used to be a very like a top 7 pageant, but not anymore. It doesn't have that hold. Miss Supra is kind of taking over, but Miss Supra is like very brats, you know, it's like that brat style. It's very commercial, modelless. Think 90s, right? It's a Polish pageant. So it's like, so I think of like Yassine the model. I can see La Roche walking down. It's about to storm. Like La Roche walking down, boom, 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 boom. Think model-less. They are looking for models, 90s pageant vibe. That is exactly what they want. You're not, it's inspirational and aspirational. Like, hey, yeah, you know, you lost weight. That's amazing, cool. But I don't even know who their winner is. I still think Puerto Rico should have been in that top 20. Oh yeah, it was Miss Philippines. The Miss Thailand girl was gorgeous with that black and gold dress. Anyways, yeah, so Supra, it can either go either way. It's a model show. It is a complete model show, all right? So so think modeling, Polish brands, and it can either get you ready for Miss Grand or Miss Universe. If you do that pageant, you'll be set for Miss Grand or for Miss Universe. For Miss World, if you want to get Miss World, you have to do Miss International. I'm sorry, or you're gonna have to. You need intense training. You have to do intense training to get to Miss International. But if you want to win Miss World, You had to do intense training, and you can't get to Miss International, intense training world, intense training international world. That is your, right? But anyway, so let's go ahead and just, I'm going to give you the hierarchy before I sign off. Because I'm like, I wish I could have done Miss Supranational. I love pageants, but I guess I'm just going to give out my all for Miss Planet. Anyways, so it's Earth. I would say globe, Earth. No, actually I would do globe, charm, global, Earth, supra, and then you got globe, charm, planet, global, Earth, supra, international, Miss World, Miss Universe, and Miss Grand is right here. That is exactly the structure of pageants. Okay? And the reason why is because Miss World and Miss Universe, I've never seen a title holder retract back to her way of living. Like if you win Miss Universe Puerto Rico, and you win Miss Universe as a Puerto Rican, chances are you're never gonna like retract back to your way of life. Never. Like we're talking 6-figure sponsorships, right? If you know how to like 7-figure sponsorships, because they've been waiting for a very long time for the 6th crown. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about like you're set. Okay. If you win Miss USA and you are like, and you know what to do, you can pretty set yourself up with a good business, and you know how to negotiate, but you need the connections. That's the only thing with Miss USA. So I'm really interested to see how Tom handles his queens, but I have so much faith in Tom's like ability to generate a business and generate imaging. But I think he's kind of like Joe Ahmed in Puerto Rico. Like he really sets up his women and gives them confidence so they don't retract to a worse way of living. Does that make sense? So I think as you guys get into pageants, you guys need to start thinking, what type of lifestyle do you want to live, right? And the type of lifestyle that I want to live is I want to be set up by pageants, right? I don't need someone to motivate me, right? I can motivate myself. Like I can get inspiration for free online. Like it's great to be inspired and motivated by someone else, but I need strategy. I want to set a business up with somebody, right? And I want to get this money, right? I want to be trained by the best. And so that's the kind of mentality that I need you to have. And I need you to think about your end goal. It can be, you can change like acting, singing, but we all want to work for ourselves. Like unless you really love your job, or like some people are judges and they love judges, right? Or you can leave it. Oh, thanks, you guys are so sweet. You look too young to qualify for Miss World. I need to contact Miss World for me right now. But you need someone flexible and who knows how to work with you. So I think you guys need to start realizing what type of lifestyle do you want to, and always put yourself first. That's what I'm going to say. So how much did I invest in each pageant? Because I did tell you guys I was going to speak on that. So I started off with Miss Florida USA, and I earned $13,000 in sponsorship sales. Guys, and I got my dress custom made, and that was like $500, I think. And I spent money on that. And then like I got all these things, extensions. I still have a lot of things. Only the extensions are amazing, and it's hard to find extensions nowadays. Apparently that's what they tell me. But I'm gonna find amazing extension to sell it to you guys. Anyways, so I don't know how much. I probably spent like $3,500 of my own money of that. and then the rest was sponsored. Then for Miss Global USA, I spent $3,500 because I just competed in shin dresses, right? And then I just bought stuff from Shin. And then for Miss Global Puerto Rico, I took out a loan of 20 grand, and then I came to Puerto Rico because I was leaving like a very domestic, like a mentally abusive relationship. You can say that, like a business relationship. And I just moved to Puerto Rico. And if I can look back, I just was so dazed and talking like, oh my God, I'm in the grocery store, I'm shopping, and I'm putting everything in credit cards. I need to get out of this. And I just I was dazed and confused. Like I didn't even know what I was doing. I took 20K out. I maxed out all my credit cards. Being abused is horrible. Just I really do like mentally abused. Ugh. Through the legal system. I spent $10,000 on the lawyer, and I spent like getting me set up. I would say on Miss Global Puerto Rico, $5,000, and like getting set up was $10,000, and then $10,000 getting set up. So $30,000 in 3 years. But yeah, so it was a lot. So with moving to Puerto Rico, legal fees, Global Puerto Rico, all in total was $30,000. Do I regret it? Absolutely not, because I lost almost 100 pounds, and I learned a lot. And then plus for Miss Grand USA, I spent like $2,500 of like the leftover money I had from that money, and I competed in a shin dress, which was so beautiful. I loved it so much, and I still love it to this day. I think it's the most prettiest dress ever. It's light blue, it's see-through, my butt's out. I think it's so sexy, and it has like, I just put the perfect vision out there, and it's just gorgeous. Now for Miss Planet, I plan to spend some money because I won my first trial. So I'm so excited. And thank you guys. Oh, thank you guys so much. Hi everyone. I love you. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for like being so nice to me. Thank you guys for sending me so much positive blessings. Do you guys like my hair? But yeah, so but that's how much I spent. And honestly, that's how much if I could go back, I would not spend a dime more. And I used all drugstore makeup. Actually, that makeup video is still online. I did not get any Botox. Like, I don't know why people get like Botox for that. That's like so weird. I really do think that's weird. For my hair dye, I only spent like $150. I don't think spending $350 is reasonable, because I could go in there every single month and I'm funding someone's livelihood, and I take great pride in that. So I will spend happily like $30 every single month on somebody to do my hair, because $30 for 52 weeks out of the year is a lot of money. You know, come on, hairstylist. So really start calculating the things that cost you. The one thing that I will say I do want to get done, if I do want to get like a procedure done, is my teeth, because they're so long on the bottom. I had a Cuban dentist, and I'm really happy with how they turned out when I was a little girl, right? But I do, that is done. I never wanted a nose job. I never wanted anything. I think my nose is really perfect. Aww. Live-in boyfriend. I don't need a live-in boyfriend. Thanks though. And yeah, so that is kind of all the money that I spent for pageantry. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Ladies, when should you start spending money for pageants? I'm gonna sit here and tell you, Miss Universe Puerto Rico, Miss Florida USA is completely different. I'm going to speak about the states differently. You can compete in Miss Florida USA for $3,500. I don't know how much the entry fee is now, but you can compete in like simple dresses to get your feet wet. Then, or you can find like you don't need to compete in a $10,000 dress, right? You just need to get your feet wet and really learn how to speak. Right? So invest in your interview skills, right? It's really important. So entry fee, get an $800 dress. For me, at one point, $800 was a lot for a dress. Still is to this day. You can learn how to do your hair and makeup from this YouTube YouTube channel. Then, so hair and makeup, you can learn how to do yourself. Blowout, you need to know how to do a blowout. Then hair and makeup, and then $800 dress. Learn how to do your own pasarela, and you're good first. But Miss Universe Puerto Rico, it is a lot more competitive, and that's kind of like when you're exposing yourself. So yeah, that's kind of like the gist on that. So just kind of really, I don't know, think about the process, right? The process, the journey, what you want to go on. I mean, you can't control anything, but ask yourself, what are you ready for? Because Miss Universe Puerto Rico, the state, the countries are, they're quite a lot. So it's a lot of work. So just really think about the hierarchy and what you want from pageant, what resonates with you, what do you believe to be true. For example, I competed in Miss Grand USA because, like, oh, I did all this work, I know I'm gonna place because it has my fundamental values. Yes, something happened with Rachel. Do I know everything? No, but I do believe what she said was true, right? But I do believe in the core: beauty, body, brains, and business. I believe in that. I don't believe that you should be obese and women should feel like they're a toy or a chess piece. And when I was competing at Miss Universe underneath Paula Shugart, and everyone's beautiful. No, girl, you say that and then you don't place the obese girl. You don't place the plus size girl. You don't place the trans girl. So I don't necessarily believe in this false narrative. That I believe that underneath Ronald Day they are changing, and I think that's fair, right? I think life should be fair, and God is God is a man of justice, and God is a fair God. So I think Miss Universe should reflect that, and I think organizations should reflect that, and I don't think age should be a determination of beauty, right? You know, because I feel and look 10 times younger than I did when I was 21. So that's why I competed at Miss Grand USA. And do I regret it? Absolutely not. I feel, when I look at that crown, I'm like, dang, I so happy I took that picture. I look 10 times, I look beautiful. And I stood up for what I believe to be true. That the representation of diversity. So remember, and when I stood up, that's why I can say, now I understand the hierarchy of pageants, and I can explain that to you. Miss Grand is just a glam and glitz pageant. That's all it is. And it's a burlesque pageant. So do not expect that you're going to be famous or that pageant is going to change your world, change your life. It's just Miss Grand. You're only going to be famous in pageantry, okay, honey? And that's out of respect for not what, unless you're an Asian person, right? I haven't really seen anything famous for the Peruvian ladies who have won, all right? Or any of the Latin countries. Beautiful, but if you won a Miss Grand International, you're Latina, go to Miss Universe. I wish I was Miss Grand Puerto Rico. I wish. Anyways, but if you want your life to change, it's Miss Universe, okay? It is Miss Universe, especially for film and television. Miss World is elegance, business, okay? So yeah. Anyways, I hope this video helps you. I'll see you guys in the next one, and chat